Alright, this is 8409 James A. Reed. All in all, a pretty good looking house. You do have a fairly new roof. Let's go check out the exterior first. We've got all new windows. Missing a lot of screens. That's no big deal. Those are not expensive. Garage door is relatively new. We're all wrapped in vinyl siding and aluminum trim. Got a lot of trash to clean up. Again, not a big deal. Vinyl siding looks great. They've got a big covered deck out back here. And the deck itself is kind of nice, but it does have a few issues we want to address. First of all, these 2x6s are running way too long of a span for holding any snow weight. So there really should be another beam, kind of like that one, maybe run across here with, you know, maybe a support here and a support over there or something like that, because as this ages and as it gets snow on it, it's going to start to bow and buckle that. And you can see out here on the end, even though there is a new roof, they did something wrong because the edges are completely rotten. So we'd need to cut that back, you know, a foot or so, and then replace that. And the gutters out on that end are torn off as well, or damaged, so we'd want to repair those. That's not a big deal. I wouldn't exactly say this was professionally done. I want to put some straps here to tie this together. You know, a 4x4 across here is really not a good header. You really need maybe scab something into that. And again, back here, I'm seeing moisture here. That's starting to be a problem, so we need to look at that and see. And also this header that they put up here to hold this thing, it's nailed to the house, but it's not lag bolted. It just needs to run some long lag bolts in there and try to catch a stud or two. Vinyl siding all the way around. Older electric service, but there's a new panel inside, so we'll get to that in a minute. Need a dryer vent. Again, all the screens are missing, most of them. Got a fairly new central air unit, newer furnace, fenced yard. That's a big plus. Most of the houses around here are fairly well maintained. The guys next door stepped in a hole, putting in a brand new driveway. This right here, I don't know what this sunken spot is, but it needs to be filled. And we've got some more sunken spots around here. I don't know if they dug up their plants and took them or what. Swing set and all this brush, all these trimmed to cut brush that's laying all over the place, that all needs to go. And again, some more brush and junk around here. All right, the inside's the gem though. You get in there and take a look at this thing, more brush, crap that needs to go away there. See some pretty nice houses in the neighborhood. Pretty well maintained. Alrighty. Storm door has been probably blew off its hinges. Not sure what's going on here. Looks like they scabbed in a 2x4 and puttied and painted it for some reason. The door itself, somebody's kicked it in. We might be able to repair it, but you know, the door's not that expensive. Needs some work there too. Alright, in here the carpet is dirty. The walls need to be patched and painted. They've textured them. You got a few little spots that need to be repaired. Newer ceiling fixtures. New HVAC system. Looks like there was a mirror on that door. You know, little nail holes like that, screw holes, we can just fill them. Bathroom looks fantastic. Pretty nice shape. I'd want to do, you know, paint the thing. Brown's pretty hideous. Everybody thinks they're an interior designer now. And again, a little few cracks and some nail holes. Take care of all that pretty simply. Door has a little bit of damage, but easy to fix. Missing some closet doors. 3 bedrooms. Got some nice ceiling fans in each. Need some light bulbs in them. And they also seem to be missing the globes. This one's got its globes, and it's all there. Kitchen. Some evidence of moisture underneath here. You know, might be a leak someplace. We got a dishwasher. We've got a refrigerator. I'm going to do the very bad thing that you never do, and yeah, you don't want that. We're going to throw that out. Again, coffee brown color has got to go. Gas line, even though there's a valve there to turn it off, we need to have it capped off. However, I suppose since there's no 220 here, the tenant would have a gas stove. Garage, newer garage door opener. I got to do something with this mess. get that outlet fixed. Got some extension cords coming out of an outlet, running up a wall. They painted them though, so they blend in, and then running outside to a light or something. That's not good. We got to get rid of that. Looks like those are your closet doors they took off. There's your damaged storm door. Attic access. All right, back door to the backyard. Down into the basement. Well, the first thing they always look for is, of course, moisture, evidence of moisture or cracking. Now, they've painted these walls, and of course, like it always does in masonry, it's peeling. But really, not too bad. There's a piece of sheetrock, it's just leaned up against the wall, it's not doing anything there. At some point in time, they decided they wanted to try to build a bedroom down here, which doesn't work. So we just want to take that sheetrock out. They didn't do anything there right anyway, so we've got a little mold that needs to go away. Just tear it out. The only moisture I see in this basement comes from this wall. We've got a crack coming down there and a crack coming up here. We can have those epoxied and it'll probably take care of that pretty well. And the amount of moisture is pretty minimal, really. Now there's a crack here also coming from this window well. You know, window well covers properly excavated ground. I don't know if you can tell through this camera lens, but the ground is sloping towards the house here, which would account for that issue. New furnace, newer water heater. This appears to be probably a copper gas line. We can't have those anymore. I don't think it's hooked up to anything, but if it is, we have to get rid of it. Let's see. Newer water heater. Probably okay. Apparently this guy was really into his cable TV, and he's got cable run everywhere. This is what they tried to turn into a bedroom or something, maybe an office. You get rid of these outlets or secure the wires, something, so that it's, you know, reasonably safe and to code. Sheetrock there can go. This is just concrete wall. Sheetrock here can go. The ceiling fan up here is, well, we've got an open electrical box, unsecured wires. That stuff all needs to be taken care of. This is just little stuff though. Missing some light bulbs. All right, washer and dryer hookups with no dryer vent. Well, I guess yes there is, it's up there. So that's right, we needed a new vent cover outside. They've put in a new electrical panel, and like everything else they've done here, they didn't do it right. These wires are supposed to be secured. So what's happening here is your average homeowners come in here trying to buy this house, and when they do the inspections, the inspector comes in here, pulls the panel off, says, oh my, yeah, well they upgraded this, but they didn't know what the hell they were doing. So, you know, if we can get some slack out of these wires, secure them here, and these are not huge issues, they're only issues for financing or resale, or if you want to go FHA or VA or something like that. It's like this here, with the 220 going to the dryer. You can't just have a wire hanging out there like that. It's got to be secured to something, and actually should have been in conduit, but it's a short run, we can take care of that. Again, missing some light bulbs. Everything looks pretty darn solid. I don't see any other cracks. Well, there's a little bit of something over here, but I don't see any moisture. All in all, nice, solid little house. Should easily bring 750, might even bring 800. It's a pretty good rental market. Spring is hot. We're renting the heck out of stuff. But some pretty basic stuff. They even have a doorbell down here. I think this house has pretty good potential. You know, paint the door, put another one on here that fits properly. Might do a little work to it. There you go. All right, we're at the side of the house here where the cracking was occurring. You see there's a large indentation here. We got two problems. First of all, we got water coming down here and sitting because it's got no place to go. It needs to go that way or something. And we've got a downspout that comes out and empties right here. Now, out here is your splash guard, which obviously is doing you no good there. The problem with this is they had an extension on it. That needs to be dug out and buried. We just dig a trench, run it right along over to here, and empty it out right here at the property line. It gets all the water away from that window well, away from this corner, and takes all that hydraulic pressure off of the foundation itself. If you put an extension out here above the ground, they're going to run the lawnmower into it. The kids are going to climb on it. They're going to destroy it. So you just need to bury a line and send it out that way. You know, this looks worse than it is. This is loose concrete here, but really that's where a steel beam has been put all the way across the middle of this house to support it, and that's just a thin layer of concrete that was over it. It really doesn't have any bearing on the structural foundation or anything. Again, fenced backyard, big plus. Trees are kind of going wild here. They, you know, get these trees out of the fence and clean it up some. This thing off the foundation, this weed here. But dang, what a nice looking place. I was just talking to a neighbor. He's knowing the last occupants here, and said a couple people bought it. And everybody that's bought it has put a bunch of work into it, and it shows. So again, here's another issue. You know, the water is all coming right out here and then sitting here. We need to get it away. We can trench down here. You know, it's 15 feet, and we're down away from the house and running out into a lower spot. Because obviously, that's just going to stay right here, run down into this corner and create future problems. You know, two ways to go with this thing. First of all, I don't know if that's treated lumber or not. Apparently it covers a concrete deck underneath. And, you know, if we make some repairs to that thing and make it more sturdy and stable, we might have something there. Gutters are falling. But really it's a very shallow pitch, and it's an awful long run for those 2x6s, so we got to support that thing. And other than that, I mean, you know, actually that covered porch thing is kind of a nice plus, but we might want to just consider getting rid of it entirely, because it's going to be you can spend several $100 fixing it, and maybe more, and then we're going to, you know, have to maintain it over the years. The other option would be put something else over it, like a tin roof, basically a metal roof that you don't have to mess with. But they really didn't know what they were doing when they built that.